Hey guys, it's me Astrid, and today I wanted to show you how to make a moss ball mount, which has been highly requested. This is a convenient way to keep orchids and I love it. First you're going to need an orchid, sphagnum moss, some styrofoam, and the mesh from an orange bag. You'll also need a rubber band later. Now I'm just laying out some wet sphagnum moss, which is easier to work with in this case than dry sphagnum moss, in a thin layer all around the circle of that orange mesh. Then I'm going to take my styrofoam pieces or bark chips. Bark chips might be a better option, but this is what I have. And I'm checking the shape and size when I roll this up. You see it rolls up pretty nicely, but it's a little bit squat, so I took a few of those styrofoam pieces out, those packing peanuts out. I retested it and I got a shape that I liked a lot better. Now I'm going to rubber band that little teeny sphere off so we have this shape contained. Shaping it, and there you go. So now I'm taking clear thread, which is another thing that you need that I might have forgotten to mention, and I'm tying it around the ball. It's hard to see because it is clear, but that is indeed the point of using clear thread. We don't want to look at this artificially constructed thing. We want it to look like this weird, natural yet alien shape in our home. So let's get that tied off, Astrid. Hurry up with those fingers. And we're going to put the orchid around it. Now, if you're doing this, you have some good roots on your orchid, you want to wrap them around in a way that they're the most spread out and comfortable. You want them to be spread out, comfortable, and holding on in the best way possible. I'll leave this up to your judgment, but you can see what I'm doing here. Now you take that string that you have attached and you start anchoring this down. Just wrap it around, pretend you're a spider wrapping up a tasty treat, and get those roots anchored on so we have an easier time when we're completing the next steps of this process. Now I'm going to add some packing peanuts. You can use bark chips. Again, it's up to you. There's so many variations, but this is going to give a more pronounced shape to the sphere, and they are going to allow me to build up the shape in a way that I like while allowing air to come around the roots. It's not going to be a pure ball of sphagnum moss, though I have a dendrobium and pure sphagnum moss in a ball and it's doing just fine, so this is all trial and error, but I'm trying this out this time. So now that I have the styrofoam built up, I'm just going to go ahead and add the sphagnum moss over the top and again wrap that in the thread. We're just adding sphagnum moss, wrapping it in thread. Nothing too complicated here. And my whole goal here is to cover up the sphagnum moss, or to cover up the bark chips or packing peanuts as much as possible so they're not very visible in the finished product. Again, we're going to add some more sphagnum moss. I like to keep it in a bucket like that while I'm doing this too, so I can just kind of squeeze it, wring it out, and have it ready to go right at my workstation. Let's add on the finishing touches, Astrid. Yes, we're almost there. We almost have a beautiful finished moss ball mount. Getting those last wraps done. And finally, we're going to tie off. That's the last step in making our moss ball mount. Exciting, huh? What a climactic finish. Anyway, this is the moss ball mount. You can now put a hook or some sort of hanger or string on it to hang it upside down, sideways, upwards, downwards, any way you like that looks aesthetically pleasing. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on making a moss ball mount for your orchids. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.